Hi guys, this is Vysh from Vysh IAS and we are yet again starting a new series, that is the NCERT series, because it's obviously the most important things for beginners as well as who need to revise. So because now the new year has begun, we thought we'll just finish off the NCERTs, but we can't guarantee whether we'll be able to complete all the NCERTs through videos. So please read parallelly, also have your own plan, but we'll also try to help you cover the subjects. So first we picked up geography. The reason is because for history we have the spectrum, for polity we have the Lakshmikant. Those are sure shot textbooks from which questions will come, and it will also be sufficient even if you don't read the NCERTs. Okay, because they are having points which are picked up from NCERTs or from the current affairs, and it's all oriented towards civil service exam. But geography, if you see, you have the GC Leong and the Majid Hussain, I think. But those textbooks sometimes are like little complicated at certain portions, or it's very boring to read. So NCERTs from 6th to 12th, if you read, it has almost everything which UPSC asks, and it is little more interesting and little more shorter and easier to understand, and you will be easily like getting rid of the subject, okay, geography. So that is why we thought we'll pick up geography first, because it's more good if we spend time on geography NCERTs than any other NCERT. Okay, so that is why this video series. So class 6th chapter 1 and 2 will be done in this particular video. Totally there are 8 chapters in this class 6th book, so we'll do it in 4 videos. Then after this we'll start the class 7, so like that in order we'll go. So I'll show you the actual PDF, because we'll be doing it from PDF only. The cover page, I think you already saw. This is the cover page of class 6th. This is the index. 1 second. Okay, the earth in the solar system, the globe, latitudes and longitudes. Okay, if you see, only 10 pages it is there. Okay, and more every page will have some pictures also, so content will be very less. So 1 and 2 we'll do today, then 3 for next video. Okay, you can go through the chapter names: motions of the earth, maps, major domains of the earth, major landforms of the earth, our country India and India's climate vegetation. So this and all is going to repeat also. Class 7th, again little more details about each of the chapter will be there. So up till when we reach class 12 books, it will be like almost everything will be covered. Okay, appendix and glossary will be given at the end of the chapters. And also please download, okay, NCERT website. You have all the PDFs available for every class, every subject. Only art and culture, I think one textbook is missing, that you can download it separate. It will be there in Google somewhere, in some website it will be there. Like this, have PDFs for everything: art, geography, history, polity and all. Okay, economics also you have to download. So that will be there handy. In case you have the hard copies, fine, use that one. Okay, that is better. But if in case you are always dependent on online education, and online you have your laptop or phone always with you and you're studying through that, then have the soft copies. So we'll begin with chapter 1. It will be all basic terminology, what is the sun, earth, moon and all. So we'll quickly see it. This is the first chapter, the earth in the solar system. So we'll only read the relevant parts, okay, because there are a lot of things which is like very basic, and it's only for the class 6, the actual class 6 students, so that they get into touch with the subject. Okay, okay, like this let's do and all, it's not required. There are some boxes where important pictures or tables will come, that we'll see, but this is not required. So initially, actually I will not read this. This is all like the whole sky is filled with tiny shiny objects. Some are bright, some are dim. So twinkling things are there, sun, moon, all these kind of basic things where the sky has lot of things which we see, but we have to understand each of that thing. That is what they tell in the beginning. So full moon and new moon is one important concept told here. Okay, full moon, Purnima, and new moon, Amavasya is here. So it is told like you can see the full moon only once in about a month's time, and a fortnight later, fortnight means 2 weeks, you cannot see it at all. That means the new moon or Amavasya. Okay, the actual geographical technical things and all we'll see when the class proceeds. Okay, 7th, 8th and all. Now just go with the flow. We'll see the class 6 textbook. So night sky, again shiny objects, that and all no need. Celestial bodies, the sun, moon and all the objects shining in the night sky are called celestial bodies. So everything is a celestial body, but everything will not be a star. Okay, this point. Only the things which have their own, like big and hot, made up of gases, have their own heat and light. Okay, this is actually star. So celestial bodies means everything. Star means only the one which has their own heat and light. That is two definitions. Now, again, going little more deeper about the stars. Stars, when we have it in various patterns, it is called as constellation. Okay. For example, here in picture you see these 7 stars, which I am showing now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This has various names actually. Great Dipper they'll call. Big Dipper they'll call. Great Bear they'll call. But in Indian terminology, it's called Saptarishi. Okay. Because of the 7 stars. 7 rishis they call it. So Saptarishi. And this one here is the North Star or the Pole Star, which actually the old navigators and all used to use while going in ship to locate a particular direction. They will use this star. They'll follow this star and understand like, okay, we are heading towards north direction. Okay, so it's facing north. So Ursa Major, Big Bear, these are all different names of different things. This is not going to be asked by UPSC, but just to get into the subject. Okay, Saptarishi, Ursa Major constellation again. In ancient times, people used to determine directions during the night with the help of stars. The North Star indicates the north direction. It is also called the Pole Star. It always remains in the same position in the sky. Okay, that is why it is helpful for the navigators. We can locate the position of the Pole Star with the help of the Saptarishi. Okay, that is shown in this picture here. The Saptarishi, this 7 star. This one is more common, and almost every night you can see it if you look outside a window or look at the sky. You can see this, and this particular line, if you look straight even further, that more brighter star will be available, and that is the North Star or the Pole Star. So that is how Saptarishi helps in understanding the location. Okay, here left side, these kind of boxes are important. Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus have rings around them. Okay, because in pictures and all we only see like Saturn has the rings, but you should know like there are 3 planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, all 3 has rings around them. Okay, they are actually belts of small debris, that is small particle matter that is surrounding the planet, that it appears like a ring. Okay, these rings may be seen from the Earth with the help of powerful telescopes. Okay, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. You will notice that if an imaginary line is drawn, okay, same thing again, pole star direction. Celestial bodies do not have their own heat and light. Okay, same thing I told. Celestial bodies, everything will not have their own heat and light. They are lit by the light of the stars. They are called planets. Like our Earth is there, Sun is the source for us. Okay, again the Greek definition or Greek terminology, like planetae means wanderers. So not very important, but you can just notice the Earth on which we live is a planet. It gets all its heat and light from the Sun, which is our nearest star. So Sun is the nearest star. Okay. The moon that we see in the sky is a satellite. It is a companion of our Earth and moves around it. Okay, so the moon is a satellite. It's a natural satellite. Now we are sending satellites to different planets, right? Or different Earth itself. We have lot of satellites which are used for getting more information about that particular planet. So that is all man-made, but moon is a natural satellite. But moon is for Earth, and like that, most of the other planets also has its own natural satellite. You don't need to know all the names and all, but you should know like at least there are few. I'll show you a picture. And there are 9 major planets. Okay, earlier Pluto also was there, but now it is not considered as a major planet. It's just considered as a celestial body. So if you see the distances from the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. So if you see, asteroid belt is one thing which UPSC has asked once, like where it is present. It is present between Mars and Jupiter. Okay, that is the asteroid belt. Now lot of NASA missions are also there. In current affairs you will be learning. I think OSIRIS-REx is one NASA project which is like to monitor a asteroid. To actually, it's a sampling mission. You have to go and bring back a sample from there to the Earth. So that is a OSIRIS-REx actually NASA mission, not an ISRO mission, NASA mission. So asteroid belt is here. Okay, and if you see, the rings are shown in picture only for Saturn, but we already saw like Jupiter and Uranus also has the rings. Now below they have given a lot of information like how much time they take to revolve, rotate and all those things. Not at all important. This is the order only you will need to know. And then the moons, like I told, Earth has 1 moon here. Mars has 2 moons. The other ones don't have. Okay, Mercury, Venus. Here if you see, Jupiter has 16 moons. Then Uranus has 17 moons. One more will be there here, 18. Saturn will have 18. and Neptune 8. This count is not important, but you should know like the further planets which are far away from the sun and earth, they have lot of moons, okay, natural moons, not the one which are man-made. So that's some basic information. So pictures obviously help you, that's why we are telling to read the NCERT, okay. Again, these are all word origins, how the word solar came, how the word geography came, not very important. Sun is the center of the solar system. It is huge and made up of extremely hot gases. It provides the pulling force that binds the solar system. The sun is the ultimate source of heat and light for the solar system. But that tremendous heat is not felt so much by us because despite being our nearest star. So it's very near to us compared to other stars, but still it is 150 million kilometers away. That is why we don't feel that total heat, okay. Sun missions are all very important. NASA mission is, I think, Parker's probe, which will be going in 2018. Aditya mission is coming by ISRO. That is also, I think, in 2018 or 19. So there are a lot of solar missions which you will learn in current affairs. Planets, 8 planets, like I told, this is a simple trick for young students to understand the order. Okay, if you want, you can follow this, or it's very easy: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay. All the 8 planets of solar system move around the sun in fixed path. Okay, the path is fixed, and that path is called orbit. Okay, Mercury obviously is the nearest to the sun, and it takes only 88 days. Venus is considered as Earth's twin. So Earth's twin is Venus because of same size and shape. Similar size, okay, not like exactly same, almost same. These 3 things, if you want, you can see basic things. Geo means earth, logi means study, metry means measurement, oid means shape. So the earth shape is not called spherical or round, it is called as geoid. Okay, the term geoid means the shape of, exact shape of the earth, because at the poles earth is kind of flattened. It's not a correct ball kind of thing. It will be like the orange fruit, you can say. That is the shape of the earth. Okay, so till recently, that is August 2016, Pluto was also considered a planet. However, in a meeting in International Astronomical Union, this is an international body which deals with the spatial things, there it was decided like Pluto is just another celestial body or dwarf planet. Okay, Pluto is a dwarf planet. The Earth is the 3rd nearest planet to the sun, we saw in the picture. In size, it is the 5th largest planet. Okay, if you want again picture, you can see. If you see, Jupiter is the biggest, then Saturn, then Uranus, then Neptune, and then only Earth will come. Okay, this Neptune, I think it should be shown a little more bigger. It is after that only Earth will come. Okay, so Earth is the 5th largest in size. Geoid means Earth-like shape. Conditions favorable to support life are probably found only on the Earth. Okay, now there are a lot of missions going on to find out whether life is possible. Like Mars is telling it can be suited because of the presence of water. Then I think the Europa is the moon of Jupiter, natural moon. There also water has been detected. So slowly scientists are discovering a lot of new places where water is available and life can be made possible. But as of now, Earth is the only optimal planet for life. Okay, because of the air, water, oxygen, all those things, basic things. And Earth is also called blue planet because almost the entire 2/3 surface of the Earth is covered by water. Okay. Then this again, light travels by this much speed. We'll see details later. Not required to be seen in this chapter. Neil Armstrong is the first person who went to moon. For UPSC, not important. Just a static GK. Date is 1969. Date you can remember like because Mahatma Gandhi's birthday is 1869 birth year. So when often students ask how to remember important years. What I do or we do here is we relate the important events. Okay, 1869 something happened, 1969 something happened, or maybe 2069 a future mission is going to happen. So these 3 we'll club it together and we'll note it somewhere together. So it will be like a story. Okay, Gandhi's birth, moon, and some other mission. So that's how we do it. Like 1947 mission is there, or sorry, the 1947 how to form in a story. The 1857 revolt is there. 90 years after that, 1947. Then in 2047 we have the Kigali Pact deadline for India doing away with the HFCs. So that is how you relate different years in a overall span. It needn't be like you have to remember things only from history or only from geography. The things anyway you are learning for UPSC, you can relate like this and make up some story so that the years are repeatedly registered in your mind. Okay. Moon. Earth has only one satellite, that is the moon. Its diameter is only 1/4, that is it, 1/4 of that of the Earth. Okay, the size, distance, this is all not required. We are just doing away with the chapters. Okay, this is like natural, man-made satellites. The rocket is going and then leaving the satellite there, and the rocket is falling off. The process which like ISRO is now you can tell a leader kind of thing in these space missions. India is launching most of the satellites from foreign countries also. Recently, PSLV launched 104 satellites in one go. Again, I think in 2018 January, 31 satellites they are going to launch together. Most of them being foreign. Okay, that's a specialty. Moon does not have conditions favorable for life. Okay, no water, no air, but always researches are going on. Asteroids, like I told, the asteroid belt is between Mars and Jupiter. Okay, Osiris Rex is one important current affair related to it. Oh, so what is this actually? It is actually the numerous tiny bodies which also move around the sun. So it's a like solid rock materials kind of thing which are there in space, and it will be moving around the sun also, and it can even come and strike the earth also. Even the dinosaurs extinction and all, one version of story is like asteroid hit was happened on the earth, and that is how dinosaurs came into extinction. Okay, so that kind of thing you should know. Meteoroids, there are confusing things actually. There are meteors that are there are meteoroids where D is there, and meteorites are there where T is there. Okay, three things are there. I'll just write it here. Meteors are there, meteorites are there, meteorites are there. Okay, so what is the difference? Meteor is the thing which is there in the actual space, that is outside Earth. Okay, the similar to what is asteroids, but it will have a little more flashing light kind of thing, or it will be burning itself and it will be moving through the space. Okay, small pieces of rocks only, but it will be moving around the sun, and it will be having its little bit of what to say, frictional movement, and it will be burning. The same thing is there, it will be there in the content also. So that thing in space is meteors. Okay, so when it enters the Earth's atmosphere, that time it is called meteorites. It's just the location which differs, the things are same only. Okay, it will be burning out and it will be entering the Earth's atmosphere, that is meteorites. And when it actually hits the Earth, okay, the third level, that is the meteorites. So remember that in order: meteors, meteorites, and meteorites. Okay, it's not mentioned in this chapter, but I'm just telling so that things are clear, the basics are clear. Okay, it causes a flash of light. Sometimes meteor, without being completely burnt, falls on the earth and creates a hollow. Okay, in movies and all you would have seen that. So that is meteor, meteorites, and meteorites. Then galaxy again is like a huge system of billions of stars. Okay, like constellation we had the smaller thing with patterns. Galaxy is a very huge one. The Milky Way is a galaxy, and our Earth is, or the solar system is inside the Milky Way. Okay. That was all in this chapter. So this is how NCERT in one day you can finish, I think, the entire 6 to 12. These questions are things which, like, later in May or June, if you want to revise, that time just open this thing, don't read the chapter. If you are able to answer these basic things, that means that chapter you don't even need to read. Okay, Earth's twin is Venus, third nearest planet to the sun, Earth. All the planets move around the sun in a elongated path. The pole star indicates the direction to the north. So done. This chapter will not have anything more than what is given here. Okay, so don't even read it. That is how you have to finish off. The asteroids are found between Mars and Jupiter. Okay, this fill in the blanks also, if you want, you do. I don't think it becomes very important. So that is all you need to do for NCERT. So this is chapter 1. Chapter 2 also quickly I'll show you. Latitudes and longitudes, which are important, and UPSC have asked questions regarding to that. So previous chapter we have read that our planet Earth is not a sphere. It is slightly flattened at the north and south poles and bulge in the middle. So how it looks and all basic things, the globe which we see, then varying size, shape, these are all not required at all. Axis is like the central line, which is actually imaginary. Okay, the Earth does not have any actual axis which passes through the center of the Earth. So it's in a tilted manner, tilted axis the Earth has, and it is very important concept also, because this will decide the day and night, or the duration of days and nights. Okay, so the needle will be passing, that is they are explaining. If needle is passed through a globe, the two ends will be called North Pole and South Pole, and that is actually imaginary. Okay, it moves around its axis, which is an imaginary line. Similarly, another imaginary line is the equator, which divides the globe into two equal parts, that is the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Okay, that is two important lines, axis and equator. So this picture, if you see, equator is in the center, which is at 0 degree they call, and then latitudes concept is actually whatever you see in this picture. Parallel lines which is drawn parallel to the equator, that is called latitudes. Okay, why this is important? We can locate different places on the earth by this degrees. Okay, like 20, 40, 60. At the north it will be 90 degree. Okay, south also it will be 90 degrees. So 0 to 90 north, 0 to 90 south. Okay, this is the first set of lines which pass through the earth's shape. The equator represents the 0 degree latitude, same thing I told. So that 90 degree concept. Then north latitude, south latitude they call it. The value of each latitude therefore is followed by either the word north or south. So always remember that north, south, east, west thing you have to mention along with that, because if you see this place in Maharashtra, that is also at I think 20 degree, and this place in Brazil is also at 20 degree, but one is north and one is south. Okay, 20 degree north like this and 20 degree south. This is the different zones. One is torrid zone, then temperate zone, then frigid zone. You should know, like torrid zone is near the equator up to 23.5 and 23.5 north and south. Okay, this is also called the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, which again UPSC have asked questions like which countries pass through it, which states of India pass through it. That we'll see later, but you should know this zone is torrid zone between the tropics. Then between the tropic and the Arctics, it is the temperate zone, north and south. After that, it's the frigid zone again. So 66.5 and 66.5 north and south. Okay, Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle you call it. So this is the important latitudes. There are a lot of latitudes, but these are the important ones with which we identify most of the world phenomena. Okay, Tropic of Cancer, Capricorn, all these things I hope you know it already, and we are just reading through it. Heat zones, again the same thing which I told. Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, maximum heat, that is the torrid zone. Mid-sun never shines overhead on any latitude beyond the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So, okay, so the Paris climate change also, you know, all the tropic countries are part of it. Between the tropic, actually it's in the torrid zone. Okay, whichever countries are invited to join it. The angle of sun rays goes on decreasing towards the poles. Okay, so in the torrid region only it will be falling directly, like in the picture they have shown. Okay, like this. The other places and all, it will be always at an angle, not directly. Okay. Temperate zone, areas lying between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole. That is the northern one, and same thing will be there in the south also, Antarctic Circle and the South Pole. So they are called the frigid zone, very cold. So that's very basic things you would have already understood. Longitudes, again, other set of imaginary lines which are actually perpendicular, you can call to the parallel latitudes. And one problem or one difference is like here, the gap between each latitude will be decreasing as you go closer and closer to the poles. Okay, see here it's very small, but here it is wider. Okay, and this, like this, we have lines. Okay, again, one problem is like when we had the latitude, we had a central line like this. Okay, so we can clearly tell the top is one half and the bottom is another half. But longitude, if you see, any place or whichever side you look, from this side, you look from north, everywhere it looks same. You cannot divide it into two halves. Okay, here you divide, then also two half, here also divide, you have two half. So we need a standard meridian. That is how Greenwich meridian time in London will be decided as the center. Okay, then east of that and west of that is decided like western hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. Okay, so that is why, that's the one difference between the latitude concept and longitude concept. For latitude you have equator already as a center which clearly defines it, but for longitude we had to decide a GMT, Greenwich meridian time. We'll see that in this same chapter only. So again telling it's helpful for finding location, because obviously when both are combined together, what will happen? It will be a grid system. So one particular point like here, you can easily tell like, okay, at this degree north, this degree west, this place is located. It will be what to say, pinpointed at particular location, so it will be easy to locate any place. Okay, so prime meridian, like I told, Greenwich, where the British Royal Observatory is set up. That time, obviously, during those years, Britain was the most powerful country also, and it had the Royal Observatory also. So they decided just like that this will be the prime meridian. Okay, there is no other very big scientific reason or something. So eastward will be 180 degree, westward will be 180 degree. Total 360 degree, as you know, it's a round shape. So two halves is decided based on that. Prime meridian. Like this, only few important definitions are there. Nothing much in this chapter. Grid system. Then the timeline concept. Like every country will have their own standard time. Okay, like India has something called Indian Standard Time, which passes through some place in Allahabad, actually, UP. So that place is at 82.5 degree east. It will be. India is actually in the eastern hemisphere and the northern hemisphere. Okay, that you should know. North east is where India is located on the globe. Okay, and in that 82.5 degree is the India Standard Time. These are actually different timelines. We don't need to know everything. Just here, if you see India, 5.5, that is GMT is Greenwich Meridian Time, which will be there in Europe. Okay, this Greenwich Meridian you see here, this dotted line. From here, 5.5 hours distance is where Indian Standard Time is located. But India has only one timeline. Other countries, if you see, there are multiple timelines. Russia, if you see, the very wide span country, +4, +5, +6, it has different timelines, and so from one corner to other corner, if you have to travel in Russia, you have to adjust your watch each and every time. Okay, that much variation will be there. But India is following just one timeline. Obviously, there are debates happening like Northeast should have a different timeline, because India, if you see between the West and East, I think there is a difference of nearly 2 hours. Okay, so there have been a debate, even Britishers' time onwards. So we'll see what happens later. But as of now, only one timeline is there. Again, how to calculate the time and all based on location from the GMT. So GMT, you know, it is at London. So from there, Indian time is 5.5 hours. Just to locate any time at any place, how the calculation goes is, you should know, like for every 15 degree, there is a difference of 60 minutes. That is 1 hour. Okay, that is why I told India, if you see from Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, there will be actually nearly 30 degrees. Okay, actual India, when we learned the Indian latitude and longitude and all, the span from west to east is 30 degrees. So 15 degree is 1 hour. So 2 hours difference is there between Gujarat and Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so the sun rising is also first seen in the eastern side and then only in the western side. So 60 minutes. Again, further you can divide it, like in 1 minute it will be 4 degree. Okay, sorry, the reverse way, 1 degree in 4 minutes, and 60 minutes for 15 degree. Okay, so every 15 degree you travel from west to east, you will have a difference of 1 hour. That is why we have a different time across different places on the globe. This is the Indian Standard Time, and if you see 68 degree east is where Gujarat is there, and 97 degrees, it's not exact 68 degree, and few minutes will be there, but approximately it is like this. Okay, and India has chosen only this, but there has been debate to have another timeline somewhere here. Okay, Dwarka in Gujarat and Dibrugarh in Assam. 82.5 is the standard time. Again, they are giving stories, not required for us. India located east of Greenwich, 82.5, 5.5 hours ahead of GMT. Okay, so 7:30 in India, and it is 2 p.m. noon in London. So 5.5 hours difference. That obviously you all will be knowing. You will be traveling across places. So again, here MCQs kind of thing. If you see, the value of the prime meridian is the Greenwich meridian. Okay, so it is 0 degree. Frigid zone lies near the poles. Total number of longitudes are 360. The Antarctic Circle is located in the southern hemisphere. Grid is a network of parallels of latitude and meridians of longitudes. So that's all in this chapter. So chapter 1 and chapter 2 we have done. From chapter 3 onwards, we'll make a separate video. Okay. So tell your suggestions. If want, we'll continue, else we'll scrap it off. You can read it yourself. So till we come up with the next video, thank you and have a nice day.